Well, the precious duo is back inside. Oh God, I felt so relieved. He follows me around like a puppy dog. It looks like they don't go too far, but well, you know, I worry about her too a lot too because she's so trusting. You know, she's such a trusting cat. Hey, you know, you're going back by the door again, huh? Aren't you? Aren't you? No, you're not going outside anymore. You're outside for. They were outside for about 6 hours. So you're staying in now. You're staying in now, you little boo-boos, right? God, and here's Rocky. There's Goldie, right, Goldie? Putin's in here. And he's in there, so. It's not because of the virus, it's because of what happened with Dixie. But Dixie, I'm telling you right now, that guy was petrified of being inside. Totally petrified. I thought he was too small. I thought that was his biggest problem. He was too small. Never expected poison. And I don't know, I'm sure Boots, that's what happened with him, because the last few days I saw him on a video camera, the security camera, he would go to the water, and he'd drink the water, and he'd eat the food. But it was only one time he came back during the evening, and he wasn't there in the afternoon. So it wasn't like he didn't eat that much. That was on, I think it was the 10th or 11th of March was the last time I saw him. I think that's the end of him, I'm sorry, but it's like, you know, he had a long run though. I mean, he's been around here since late 2014, and he wasn't a kitten at that time. He was an adult. I don't know how old he was. He was probably 3, 4, 5 years old or so, maybe. I don't know. But Dixie didn't even make it to 2 years old. I was like, God. But that guy just didn't. He's wild heart. He just did not. I'd bring him inside. I'd give him treats every time he came inside. I could pick him up like nothing. He was very calm when I picked him up. You know, I had to kind of get him because he would kind of scurry away when I went to pick him up. But once I picked him up, he was calm. This guy, which one is which? That's Feather. He's got a more bushy tail. That's Onyx. He doesn't really like to be picked up too much. But he'll follow me around like a puppy dog. This guy, I swear to God, I could probably walk him around the block with him just following me around. So, they're back inside. I'm telling you, man, I know I feel like I'm taking a risk every time I put them out, but I'm watching them, you know, they don't seem like they go too far. He might go a few hundred feet away, though, sometimes. Maybe her, too, but generally they're right there in the yard. So, I got a feeling Dixie wandered probably maybe a third of a mile away or something. I mean, don't think that guy went that far away. But I remember when I saw him last, when he finally came in, he was all sick and petrified. I didn't see him that last Sunday. So, he came back in that Wednesday. That's when I saw him, and I was like, I don't know, I really couldn't have done nothing, man. I mean, it was late at night, and I stayed up with him. I mean, I was going out, I didn't stay with him the 100% of the time, but I was going outside checking up on him every hour. And I'd stay with him for 5 or 10 minutes, like every hour, up to 6 o'clock in the morning. And I finally went to sleep. Then I couldn't find him. And then I realized he found a spot and crawled under the stairs in a corner there. But even then, I don't know if I could have saved him. I don't know. You know, if you take him to a vet, they'll say, put him to sleep, right? I mean, he might have been dead by then anyway. I really don't know. I wish I had that vitamin C. And somebody told me there's a way to make the subcutaneous vitamin C. I don't have the bag, but I got the injector thing. I was able to get that even without a prescription. So, if I had that, I would have gave that to him, because no matter what his problem was, poison or whatever, the vitamin C could have done a job. And in retrospect, now I'm starting to think I should have used the HHO. But I was kind of scared to do it because I wasn't sure. Now, I'm breathing the HHO myself here every day for a good 12 hours a day. I'm using it at night and stuff. And it's, you know, I'm not sure if it works against flu or not. It probably does. I mean, I'm not going to say guaranteed for sure, but There's so many things out there they squashed off the internet. Even this vitamin C therapy stuff that's been around for forever and ever. I mean, even back in the 70s when Dr. Linus Pauling was promoting this, they made so much fun of it and stuff. And you know, I even talked to a doctor, and after a while he was like telling me about the vitamin C therapy, using vitamin E for skin burns, and I'm like, yeah, but I could bet you any money you don't do that in your practice. You know, they don't do it because they're not going to make money. Even when they know what the hell's going on, they don't freaking do it. This is why, basically, we got criminality at every level. People are afraid. I mean, it really burns me up. It's like the government and law enforcement thinking that people think they're going to save everything. No way in hell. God, you got to be kidding me, man. Those guys, they go in those professions, are like government and law enforcement, because they don't want to think for themselves. That's really what the hell it is. They want to, you know, they'll figure, oh, the system takes care of it one way or the other. I just got to obey orders. And anybody in government, they just follow the lead. They follow whatever the think tanks tell them, which is basically, you know, Rockefeller think tanks or Bill Gates think tanks or whatever. And then it goes right down the chain, from the state to the federal to the whatever. I mean, whichever way, from the federal to the state to the county to the city, and they just all follow it. Fucking jackasses, man. I hate them. I hate government people, man. They're freaking garbage. They really are. It's like, and you know, these organizations I belong to, the Sons of the American Revolution and the Sons of Confederate Veterans, you know, if they cancel some more meetings over in April, I'm gonna move away from these people completely. I'm not gonna bother going videoing any of their shit. I'm gonna just get the hell away from them completely, because yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you can have, I mean, it could be anything. It could be, listen here, Onyx. This is my little boy here. You could be, you know, I mean, American Revolutionary hero. Supposedly you got some of that DNA and some of the memories from your ancestor, or Confederate, whatever, the fighting against the money powers of the oligarchs up north. But you could only be one generation down from that, just one generation, and not be anything like your father. You've seen so many cases of this, where the father built up the business and then the sons come in and they can't freaking do shit, right? How many times have you seen cases like that? There's nothing to even, you know, just to say that you don't inherit things exactly perfect. And when you're talking 5-6 generations down, I mean, forget it. I mean, me, I'm like a total, I mean, I knew for the last, I mean, I've known for the last 40 years, basically, the police protect the money interest in the politicians, whether they know it or not. They know it after a while, if they've been in a while and they gravitate to higher ranks, and then they sell out all the way. But they protect the money interest in the politicians. So I knew this for 40 years. So that's talking back from, I don't know, the early 80s or something, whatever. What the hell is 40 years? Crap. Yeah, 80. From like before 80. I knew this, right? So, well before the internet was around. And, you know, I knew about the real causes of World War I and World War II, and I knew all about, you know, what Senator Guy Gillette said. This is back, I knew that back in the early 70s. I knew this back in 1971. That's because I went to a prep school, and the history teacher was a former Fordham University history professor in a prep school when he was retired, and he knew all this stuff, and he didn't give a crap. But he says he'll never say it publicly. He was just telling us what was really going on in American history. So I've been aware of all this crap for a long time. The Federal Reserve. I mean, when you're talking 71 to now, it's like I've been aware about this crap for almost 50 years. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm glad you're awake. Like, yeah, I've probably been awake freaking 3 decades after you were born. But yeah, you feel really nervous about letting these guys out, man, these two boo-boos here. But there's a limit to how much they want to be inside. And yes, I know about making a chicken wire thing and all that kind of crap, but I still didn't work on the cannon yet. And I got to get going on that damn thing. So I'm going to be out there today, and we'll leave these guys inside. Both of them take after. Her daddy was probably this big Maine Coon that was a black cat that had like this, you know, the fur that sticks out the side here. He's got a little bit of it, and she's got a little bit of it. And but he's half a Boots though. He's got half Boots the Confederate cat in him. So he's real precious cargo, man. Yeah, I know you're gonna freaking stand there all day. You know what happens? I go over here and he'll freaking walk over here someplace, and he follows me. But yeah. So anyway, I've been aware of a lot of things for a long time. And if you look at BitChute, there's gonna be other things. I've started putting some stuff up on there. I'm not even going with Patreon because it's gonna be so controversial that Patreon's gonna freaking kank me, man. That's how bad it's gonna be. So if you want to go look at that, go for it, man. I got PayPal up there. If it says PayPal by my channel, that goes directly to me. It don't go to BitChute or nothing. This guy's freaking wanting to go outside. Listen, little friend, I let you out for a while, didn't I? I'm glad you stayed right in the area. I went outside trying to look for him, and you know, it's nighttime. He's dark. He's a black cat. I'm like in the shadows. He came running out by me. He was like a little puppy dog. This guy, him. Where the hell did you go? Right here. That's Mama right there. That's Mama, and that's Boo Boo, Onyx. He is a friendly guy. When these guys go to eat the food, and you know, he'll let them eat. I mean, he doesn't try to fight with them over the treats or nothing. He's got a very nice disposition. That's why I hate people that don't like cats. He's a sweetheart, and so is she, and so is he, and so is he, and so is Mr. Putin, who's around here someplace. Well, I'll show you him, and I'll sign off on this thing here. Mr. Putin. There's Mr. Putin. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, Mr. Putin? Snooky. How come we got this stuff floating around here, man? There it is. Come on, guy. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Mr. Putin. Good boy. There we go. Boots the Confederate cat. There he is. Right, buddy? 1 General Lee Drive. And of course he lives, got Lady Luck Oil, whatever up there. So, Motor Oil's authorized dealer. Right, buddy? Yeah, go get them Yankees. So there he is. He's got Rebel Pride on there, a little red beard rebel. Anyway, I made that for him today.